Welcome to Norrisley TV Season 3, Episode 6.
That's right. Wow, what a cool decoration.
Yeah, this is our special Purim thing. The kids have been very, very busy. Not much else happening is Purim, except, of course, the virtual stuff in this week in our shul. So,
what you're talking about, exactly. We have lots going on this Purim, but that's a very impressive decorations. You guys went all out. Yasher koach.
Well, you know, it's Purim. You know.
We went virtual happy faces.
Exactly, yeah. But don't make no mistake about this, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, because it's all happening here on the Zoom, Facebook. And it's already started. Yesterday afternoon, we had many, many children in our community join the Hammond Hash and Bake and the Graga making. That was a lovely event arranged by our very own Kylie, who always works hard and gets great events off the ground for our young families. And don't forget, Purim night on the Thursday night, after all the Megillah readings, there will be the show of the year with, I don't want to say too much. It's just going to be awesome.
Okay. Yes, but we had quite a Shabbos, right? There was people started coming back to hear Amalek.
It was amazing because we did the second reading from the balcony.
You did an awesome job. How was the view up there?
It was unbelievable. So the caretaker put a big stage up, so really high up with the Sefer Torah. You can see all the way down Norrisley. And I was like, oh, there's still a few people coming. All right, well, let's do a first reading now. Wait till they come. We did a second reading.
Wow.
I wanted to sort of capture the moment, but we couldn't get pictures, obviously. It was something very special, and I want to do it again next year.
It's interesting, this mitzvah that we have we have to remember Amalek, but then we have to erase his memory.
Yeah,
right? So
well, it's a balance of the two. We need to remember what they did, but erase the evilness from our midst, which is why we have we're out there with our braggers. There's that one. I prefer this one.
But it's very interesting. I think, it occurred to me that the reason why they were so evil is that, the Israelites, they just came out of Egypt. They were like slaves, right? They just literally had nothing. I mean, although they did come with stuff, but they were just, they were slaves, and yet they were pounced on from behind.
Like early refugees, and they were ready in Refidim. They were there starting on them.
Exactly. It's like, you heard about when the Holocaust survivors went back to their town. And then
it happened so often. Sadly,
people take advantage, and that's really, I think that's like true evil. So we know that anti-Semitism is still in our midst, and but we're very fortunate to have CST surround us and protect us. We have an amazing team led, I know at Norrisley by Adam Arnold and Talia Bloom, and they're having a campaign. They're always, nothing grows on trees, right? They need the funds to help ensure that we are safe and secure. So Rabbi Friedman speaks with Lisa Ronson and Paul Hanison, another fellow HSS member and volunteer for security. Let's go over to them.
Lisa Ronson and Paul Hanison, welcome to Norrisley TV. Tonight we're going to talk a little about CST.
Thank you very much. Thank you for having us.
Well, we have a big week ahead. We have the CST campaign. Now, this is a nationwide campaign. I don't know if it's something that's been done in the past. Lisa, talk to us a little about the CST campaign and why this is so important.
Well, thank you. Yes, we're launching our Together We Protect campaign, which will go live after Shabbat. This coming weekend, the 27th of February. And really, it's to replace the annual dinner, which we are unable to have this year, sadly. And instead of maybe a Zoom dinner, which maybe people sometimes feel a bit zoomed out, this is instead of that. We have to raise these funds from our community on top of the government grants that we have had. And we're going to give this a go. And hopefully the community will get behind it.
I have no doubt the community will get behind it. The community knows that CST is the most, after HSS, the second most important institution of Anglo Jewry. Paul, CST is very close to your heart. Tell us a little about, bring it home. Tell us a little about your personal involvement with CST and why you're so passionate about it.
Thank you, Rabbi Friedman. Well, as I say, I started doing security back in the late 1980s, standing on the gate with my father at Norris Lee Synagogue. And I continued to carry on doing security in my own right. And it was one High Holy Days when Norris Lee Synagogue was one of a number of shuls targeted for a car bomb attack. And we actually benefited from round-the-clock CST security over the High Holy Days. And I was literally standing on the gate, and I've probably been out there most of the day. So not much has probably changed in 30 years. And I was approached by a member of the CST to come and join them and become a volunteer. And what's really started is a 30-year partnership with the CST, with my involvement. From I went on to be head of security at Norris Lee, taking over from my predecessor, Malcolm Brahma, who started the security framework at Norris Lee Synagogue. And obviously now been taken over by obviously Danny Green and Norman Roback, and more recently now by Adam Arnold and Talia Bloom. And also not forgetting, obviously, we work as part of a security committee, all of which our members, are CST trained. So we've benefited from many, many years of training from security. And also we've also benefited from another projects from security. So our protected windows is something which was led by the CST. We've got our CCTV cameras, our gates were all funded by the CST, as are the security guards as well. So we've had a very long relationship, as they're working with the CST, and it's been crucial for our security, for the benefit of our community, which I think is very, very important. And
fabulous. Now, thank you. Thank you for all of your years of dedication to protecting us. We sit in there davening, but we couldn't do it without your vigilance. Now, I know, though, that CST is very close to your heart personally, beyond simply standing at the gate. Tell us a little about that.
Well, my wife used to work for the CST. She was the personal assistant to one of the communications directors. So we met through the CST. She used to work for this. She was there for 6 years working at the CST. And obviously, so from a family, we have a very close association. It means a lot to us.
Wow. We do shidduchs as well.
That's excellent. It used to be Israel Tour and Gap Year. Now it's CST. Well, excellent. So, and Lisa, of course, your family dedicated to so many causes in this community. I know that CST is synonymous with the Ronson name. Maybe just give us just a little bit of the background about how the Ronsons and CST became an institution of Anglo Jewry.
Well, it was really my father who, from a young boy, and the anti-Semitism that was on the streets as a young boy, that I think, or young man, that they were faced with. And there were various groups that evolved from that to the Community Security Trust, which exists today, which he is still extremely involved with. But to give you an idea, today we have 2,000 volunteers across the country, 90 staff, which is working towards, protecting our community. We have over 4,000 CCTV cameras, which are used across the United Kingdom as well, and over 300 different locations which we're protecting. So it really has grown into, quite an organization. And on top of that, there is the specializing on online research, working very closely with the police, helping issues of anti-Semitism and finding those people who are working on terrorist or anti-Semitic activities. There's working with our politicians and lobbying in support against anti-Semitism as well. So our tasks really are endless.
Yes, and I want to thank, obviously, our viewers know that the CST work goes way beyond the shul security gates. We've featured over the last few months, we've had here on Norris Lee TV, we've heard from Mark Gardner, the executive of CST. We've heard from Dave Rich, who heads up anti-Semitism combating at CST. So Yasher Koach, the work that you're doing, both that we see and behind the scenes, is we know it's a model for communities around the world, and communities around the world do come to see how is it done here in England? How can it be taken as an example? How can it be emulated throughout the world? And so now tell me, if someone wants to get involved in the campaign, donate to the campaign, how do they do it?
They can contact myself, they can contact the CST fundraising department in the office, and they can become a captain or even a champion. The captains have their own pages. All they have to do is send out to everybody they know who they likely get a donation. Any donation will be greatly appreciated, of any size. And I think this sort of campaign brings in so many different people from right across the country, people who may not normally want to come to a dinner or come to one of the lunches we do. Here this is really open to anybody and of any age group, which is great. It brings CST really home to the community.
Excellent. I believe, Paul, you're a team captain, aren't you?
I'm certainly going to be a team captain. As soon as the list or the offer came out, I put my name straight in the hat to become a team captain. And I think one of the very also key points to make here, in that, you know, if people will kindly make a donation, all donations are going to be match funded, so their donations are actually going to be doubled. Wow. So I think that's a very important factor to take into consideration as well.
It really is. And we're out there, you know, we're looking to raise £2 million. And as we said, we go live on Saturday night. The line will be open through the Charity Extra website on the Thursday during the day. And it will go on until Monday evening.
Excellent. Well, thank you so much for joining us this evening on NLTV. And I have no doubt we are all so passionate about CST here in the UK. We will way surpass the £2 million goal, and you will see everyone come out in droves to show our support for the CST.
Thank you. Thank you for having us on.
Rabbi Friedman. Thank you.
Thank you.
Well, thank you very much, both of you. Good luck to the CST national campaign, and also thank you to our local team, because as we've said previously, we need you, and your dedication is amazing, and I hope you do feel that it's much appreciated. Thank you.
Thank you. So we are going into Purim. We're very excited. You know, we had quite a year. We started going virtual really just a year ago. I know we started NLTV. We're going to have our anniversary and Pesach, so we're going to have something very special for our viewers. But today we have our Garden Globes.
Woo!
We look back at a lot of the virtual events that we did, and it was such a variety between education, interviews. We brought people from all over, and it was really hard to really choose a winner. And like one person said, and actually many, and how we believe, we're all winners, right? At the end of the day, it was, you know, they were all really successful events, and we couldn't have done it without all of your support. So thank you very much. And so we were fortunate enough to have Ian Fenton host the Garden Globes along with myself. We got all dressed up appropriately. And
I'm getting nervous now.
Yeah. So get ready. I have my speech ready. Do you have your acceptance speech ready? Or you
have acceptance speeches, concession speeches, whatever you need.
Right.
Also, there's a certain face you've got to pull off at the Grammys. You know, if you don't win, there's a certain face like you know, you're disappointed but happy for your competitor. It's a hard face to pull.
You know, they're all in it the same, and we're all cheering for each other, and really, they're all winners, really. At the end of the day, they're all great events. So let's go over to the Garden Globes.
Ian, what are you doing here?
I'm exercising. What are you doing?
That's right. That's the only reason why we can meet up, right? Because we have to exercise together.
Of course.
So now you're our personal trainer.
I know why I'm in a tuxedo, because I'm an accountant when I exercise, but you?
We are here to host, and thank you very much for agreeing to host the Garden Globes.
The Hampstead Garden Globes.
Yes.
Fantastic.
We had such an incredible year with amazing events online.
So hard. What a year, but how great that we had so many inspiring people to take us through this and so many wonderful contributions to the TV.
Unbelievable, right? With all the education and the controversies, it was an
amazing, amazing contribution from so many different people, and how difficult it is to get any winners out of all of this. Almost impossible.
Absolutely. Have you been to an awards before? Is this your first?
Not as prestigious as this.
No, okay.
I have been to a few though.
Well, you know, I've actually been to the GQ Awards.
Amazing,
yes,
really?
Yes, I had a family friend who had some tickets, so he took me. We went in style. Everybody was snapping pics.
How
Thought
fantastic.
It was, but never hosted one. So this is a whole new experience.
This is totally. I hope I'm not out of my depth at the quality of the entrance and everything else.
No, we have to get the red carpet. So our first category are the best interviews.
Yes.
You know, up for nominees were the Kaddish by Simon Johnson.
Oh, what a tremendous contributor! Yes.
Yes, he interviewed Malcolm Green and Deborah Golan. It was such an intense and powerful, real interview. You know, that was when we had the first lockdown.
Yes.
But now we're back in Shul, and it's so lovely to be there and to be able to sing. I mean, at least the Chazen's able to sing.
Wonderful. And hopefully we'll be opening again March the 8th properly.
Oh, God
Let's
willing.
hope.
Yes, we're
Boris
waiting for
has got it right. Come on, Boris.
So what's your favorite song in Shul?
My favorite song, probably Adon Olam, Avromi doing his Adon Olam.
So let's hear what you've got.
Adon Olam, Hashem Malach, B'terem Kol, Yitzin Ivra, Lies Nasa, Behefzo Kol, Hazai Melech, Shemo Nikra.
Wow, you see, you missed
Thank
those
you.
dinners, right? I know you always were able to sing along with them, so I'm glad we were able to have this opportunity.
Thank you, thank
and then
you.
the next up was the annexation with Adam Taub. Yeah.
Wonderful, another fantastic speaker. We have such quality speakers in our shul.
Yes, they're all
We are
so amazing.
lucky.
They're all so amazing. We're trying to annex the what's it called? The Bowling Green.
You have no chance. My friend is now the new captain of the bowling club. I've never seen a fanatic like this fellow. He will not allow any annexation, but good luck.
And finally, we have the most recent interview by Simone Halfin. The vaccinations. Wow,
yes.
what an interview. So many choices.
There are so many choices, but I mean, I know that some people, they like the Pfizer, but myself, I like the Oxford.
Like a good Jewish mother. Huh?
Every mother wants their son to have the Oxford.
I hear the Cambridge is working on one too now.
Cambridge is even better. They're working on that now.
All right, let's take a view at the nominees.
What is different this time? What you felt has been different, and how the experience has been different?
Well, I mean, obviously everything is different to an extent, to a greater extent. It's incomparable. Just even the process of mourning is incomparable. The process of Shiva.
What I had instead was being by myself in kind of long, very good conversations with people. So I might have only spoken to 5 people during the course of the day. And obviously we lost out on the kind of cross-pollination of stories and hearing about my mum from
ahead of the potential annexation or extension of sovereignty. Can you explain why you feel this was such an urgent issue that even ahead of any actions by the State of Israel, you felt that you had to write this letter? What I'd love to do is if you would just simply lay out for us the legal issues that we are facing at the moment, because they're referred to in many different ways, and it will be extremely helpful if you just give us your insight.
How effective are just the one dose?
Yeah, so good question. So initially when we started giving Pfizer back in December, we were allowed to give the second dose.
Hundreds of people passing through, I can see.
We know we're all winners, and the winner is?
The winner is Adam Taub. Bravo, Adam. Well done.
He's not able to join us this evening to accept his award, but I'll accept it on his behalf.
Thank you.
Mazel tov.
Mazel tov.
All right, and so the next category is the infotainment. Wow. The Freilichs did an amazing job. What a production. Each one of them was out of this world.
I think they've kept us all going during lockdown. From all over the world, people have viewed them, and we owe them a magnificent debt of gratitude for what they've done for the shul.
Absolutely. I mean, like you said, it went global. They're Kabbalat Shabbat, and we have a little. I know. I'm sure. Not that I know what's in the envelope, but I'm sure, hands down, Fiddler on the Roof won. That was just an amazing. And the nominees are Fiddler on the Roof with Avrami and Rachala, and the second is the Splitting of the Cake with Avrami and Rachala, and final is the Wedding with Avrami and Rachala once again.
Fiddler on the Roof, Avrami on the Roof, here we are.
Do you like the setting?
Well, it's pretty cozy in here.
Chava, I found him. Will you be able to bring L'chaim to life, to life? This the shul where I'm the chazan.
And the winner is Fiddler on the Roof by Avrami and Rochala and the whole Freilich family. And in honor of that, my favorite song, Sunrise Sunset. Is this the little boy I carried? Is this the little girl at play? I don't remember getting older. When did they? I won't do the whole lot.
Okay, Mazel Tov. So wonderful. So our next category we have is the celebrity interviews. We had amazing celebrities come to Snorsling. Yeah. We had so the nominees are Sharansky. We had Judge Fryer from Brooklyn, New York.
Brilliant nominees.
We have Yonatan Injursky from Israel. I mean, and so many more we had over the year. It was unbelievable, and it was really. Very special and
really
lucky.
Filled people's time up in a very, very relevant way. Fantastic.
Yeah, and they really brought such insight into their talk. All great interviews. I mean, even Yonatan, he actually came physically. He was in shul.
I remember. I went to that.
You went to that.
I was there.
You couldn't understand a thing.
Nobody could understand anything, but everyone wanted more.
Everybody, and not only so, when we brought him back for the third season on virtual. Me and Gary Crystal and I interviewed him. But all he wanted was to talk to Martin. That's all he wanted was Martin K. Where's Martin K? And they just came back for more. And he's really an incredible guy. Shtisel is such a
we're all looking forward to that, the third series of
Yes, absolutely. Let's go see the nominees.
They didn't have to give one up. It wasn't mutually exclusive.
No doubt that London was extremely important center of our struggle, global struggle, because of people like you.
And the winner is Natan Sharansky.
Mazel tov, wonderful, all the way.
Listen, have we thrown him over? Cheapskates.
Yes. I think, the fact that Rita Eker was able to speak with him was a very special added touch. So, Yasher Koach. Okay, and then we have our next, this was an amazing session. We had the well-being sessions. We had, during this time, it was very intense. We know that, there was a lot of fun and games. We know there was very difficult times.
Well, there were so many lockdowns, 3 lockdowns.
3 lockdowns, right.
People's mental well-being is really, really suffering throughout this. So they needed this uplifting discussions that you were all able to provide. Wonderful job by both the Rabbi and the Rabbin.
It was the whole group. It was a team effort, and it was incredible because we recognized that we needed to provide education and information. So there were a lot of mental health talks in the first lockdown and the second lockdown. We had on disability and inclusion. I mean, that was really touching, and as well is the vaccination talk, right? Everybody was wondering, this was way before it even started, right? Yeah. Was it going to work? Everybody had all these questions.
Who knew? I mean, it was an unbelievable miracle.
Right. So really, it's
we're living in an age of miracles.
Absolutely. And so the nominees for the well-being sessions are
It's okay not to be okay.
What's happening in this country practically? When can we expect to receive vaccination?
Stay connected. Connection is so essential for every human being, particularly for individuals with special needs who may anyway feel excluded or not as socially connected.
The winner is mental health with Rochala.
Mazel tov!
Mazel tov. I listened to that session and I thought it was tremendously uplifting and courageous for the people who were involved in that, and so illuminating for members of our community.
Yes, absolutely. And then finally, what's a shul? What's the Garden Globes without Torah? We had a lot of Torah messages. You know, even throughout all these the different interviews, there was always a message. But the rabbinic team, you know, gave their weekly little thoughts or whatever it was. And,
so well appreciated on the Torah and the whole online thing where we have the third parsha of the week and the sermons. Everything has been seamless, really, and it's a time when it's so difficult.
Yes, absolutely. So we had, you know, Rabbi Guttentag with his selfies wherever he was, wherever he was managed, able to take his selfie stick and send always a beautiful Torah message.
Exactly.
And the rabbi did a little clip with his now that he's a little techie, he was able to insert that into his Torah message as well. And then with my Sephardic and Ashkenaz background, I was able to insert a little Torah message as well.
We had a multi-Zoom Havdalah.
Oh yeah!
Yeah,
that's right.
This is tech gone mad. This is fantastic.
the family Havdalahs. That's right. Okay, and so these are the nominees.
Hi guys, I'm missing you.
That's the key to time travel.
Putting in our challah, and we're saying we have faith in you, we have faith in God.
And the winner is?
The winner is Rabbi Guttentag.
Rabbi Guttentag.
Well done.
Well, obviously, it had to be Rabbi Guttentag. What are they going to cause shalom bias? You know, marital issues between us. If I was the winner, if he was going to be the winner, thank God it was Rabbi Guttentag. Mazel tov.
Fantastic. Couldn't happen to a better guy.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. All right. It's been a great evening. Thank you so much for joining me.
I would just like to say one thing, that everything has been done with such love from all the members of the Rabbinai, Avromi, all the people involved in Norris Lee TV. So a little number to express my love for what's been going on in the community.
Let's go for it.
Debbie, this is for you. Love me with all of your heart, that's all I want, love. Love me with all of your heart, or not at all. Just give me your love. For a moment, for an hour, love me always as you've loved me from the start, with every beat of your heart.
That's for you, Debbie. Thank you for lending in. You know, we know that she answered an ad, right? When you got that you sang.
She did. No, it was in the JC. Many years ago that I was a singing accountant.
Singing accountant, and she answered.
Now I'm just the accountant.
We got him to sing again. So thank you for joining us.
Bury this tape quickly.
Mazel tov to all the winners. Thank you for all your support. You know, we always want to thank the Academy. It's really you guys that have been here, helped us get through it all. So we thank you so much for all your comments, for all your emails, for all the love that you've shown us. And thank you for being here once again.
Thank you for allowing me to host such a prestigious presentation. I don't know, it's something I'll carry with me.
Thank you. We'll do it again.
Wow, Mazel tov, you won.
I can't believe it. Well, do I get to do my acceptance?
Yes, absolutely. You know, you're the only one who is able to be present to accept their award. So please give us the honor.
What is the reward?
The Garden Globe Award.
What do I get? A cup or a golden gragger?
You just get, I don't know.
Oh, that's good enough for me, because I have to say, well, I'm very touched. Thank you, Wolf, for all those who had
I'll send it to you virtually. Okay.
A virtual reward. Well, thank you for all those who had a faith in me. It means a lot, and I couldn't have managed this without my wonderful wife Malky at my side, and my children who have always been there to support while we do this. Get out! And Rabbanit, you know, this whole situation here couldn't be done without all your hard work, because, you know, we might be here doing stuff, but you're the one doing all the editing, the cutting, the pasting, the backgrounds, the music. So thank you very much.
It's been an honor, and we always have to thank the Academy, right?
I have to thank the Academy. Thank you, Mr. Hanison.
A lot of people work behind the scenes, and we know they're not always front and center, but we know we couldn't do it without the engine of the office.
Absolutely. So, every single one of them. Abby, Harris, Gail, Edward, Sharon, all of you. Mark, Dorothy, Danny, Alan. You know what? Honestly, we can't do nothing without them all.
Right. And the HOs, of course, all the volunteers that, you know, really came together.
And Florin at the gate.
That's right.
He sees me, I've just turned on to know, oh my guten Tag. You know, he's on the ball. Yeah.
He's always so happy.
Yeah, so thank you. No, we're part of a great team here, and
you know, it's great. They hear those messages and they keep coming. So keep them coming. And you know, it's really, like I said, you know, it's really about everybody's loving support.
Thank you very much, and I'm very flattered.
Excellent. So all these videos are organized nicely on our YouTube channel. So please subscribe so we can get a normal name on our YouTube channel. We need 100 subscribers. So we hope that, and it's very well, you know, thanks to Gail who downloads and puts them all in order. So
they're all catalogued and categorized. Yeah.
The happy hours, the interviews, the conversations, the sermons, the weekly messages. It's really very well organized. So check out the YouTube page right here and subscribe now, so we can you can see more.
Click below.
That's right. That's right. I know you spoke to Edward Isaacs.
Yes, the chair of Bristol JSCO, who's had what a week, shall we say? So we'll hear what he's got to say from his dormitory. Right. So here we are at Bristol University, the dormitory block. Welcome, Edward Isaacs, chair of the JSCO Society at Bristol University, son of the vice chair of Norris Lee, brother of the JSCO president at the Jewish Society at Haberdashers. So there you go, family of Asconim, people who do things for the community. Now, we've seen in the news, and I've heard from yourself and many people that you know that this past week has been particularly challenging for you for things happening at Bristol University in terms of the well-being of Jewish students. So why don't you tell us, Edward, welcome to Norris Lee TV. You're now live to the nation. Just tell us what happened, how it all started, how it kicked off.
Sure. So firstly, thank you very much for having me, Rabbi Guten Tag. Great to be speaking to you all this way. But just to briefly explain, a couple of years ago, it all started when a group of students originally complained to the university about David Miller featuring anti-Semitic content in his lecture, chief of which was stating that the Zionist lobby was one of the 5 pillars of Islamophobia, which obviously is blatantly anti-Semitic, amongst many other things. And unfortunately, this complaint has been drawn out over the last 2 years, and the outcome of that is still, unfortunately, not yet officially publicly known, and it hasn't officially been completed. Now, as well as that, I thought that was something that would kind of die out in the background, and thankfully I didn't think I'd have to deal with. Firstly, when I came to Bristol, and secondly, when I took on the role as president of the Jewish Society. But unfortunately, over the last weekend, we were made aware of an event that David Miller appeared at on a conference on free speech hosted by the Labour Against the Witch Hunt organisation. And to provide some context, I mean, Labour Against the Witch Hunt, they're basically a group of disaffected former Labour MPs and former members who believe that all the anti-Semitic complaints made against Labour was part of a smear campaign, which obviously is hurtful in and of itself. But anyways, they held this event, and at this event, David Miller used his position as a university lecturer in Bristol to provide insight to life on campus and his current situation. And through using his platform, he spread all of his deeply held and previously known anti-Semitic lies and hatred. But unfortunately, as well as that, not only did he spread anti-Semitism, but he also near enough intimidated students, because he called out the president of the Jewish Society at Bristol, the president of the Union of Jewish students who complained against him originally, as well as then going on to explicitly refer to the lecture content that was complained against, and then explain why, in his own view, he believes it's to be completely correct. And since then, we've had incredible support from the Union of Jewish Students. But unfortunately, as of
so when did you become, when he called out the president of the JSCO at Bristol, when did you become aware of that?
Well, I became aware of that when I tried to watch back the video, the full video as to what he said, at which point I also unfortunately received a message calling me, in no uncertain terms, a racist for running Jewish Society myself, because clearly a member of the organisation found out who I was and sent me a message and what role.
Oh, so it was really a personal attack against you?
Well, in the video itself, he attacks by name the president of Bristol Jewish Society, which is ambiguous in that we don't know if it refers to me or the president who made the original complaint 2 years ago. But then I did also unfortunately receive a message myself. Yes.
So what was your initial reaction? Because that's awful, that.
I mean, initially, unfortunately, it's nothing to be surprised about when dealing or when engaging with these kind of groups, but you kind of expect these groups to be very insular. Yet, unfortunately, this man, and the danger of this man is that he is coming into contact with many, many students who have never met Jewish students in their life before. And I've had that experience too myself, and it's been really positive, because more often than not, loads of questions are asked about Judaism, about our religion, what we do, etc. And it always ends in a really positive experience. In that,
sure,
I've never knew that. And then people often say, well, what's anti-Semitism all about then? Yet these same students are then having the same experience and never having met a Jew before, but then being fed these anti-Semitic falsehoods, fantasies, and lies by David Miller. And so it's extremely dangerous, but we're working extremely hard to stem.
It just highlights the point that most anti-Semitism is ignorance about Jews and Judaism. And once they speak to you and they come to you as the JSCO president, they see you as a representative of the Jewish community, Jewish people, which is a big responsibility on your part. But you make a good impression, and then they get it.
For sure. And on a positive note, before this even started over the weekend, we're working to introduce an anti-Semitism awareness week here in Bristol, which also hopefully can be rolled out nationally across other university campuses.
And was that a direct result from this incident?
No, not at all. This actually preceded this incident.
Oh, interesting. So maybe the timing was good, not a good thing to happen, but it was a good time for it to happen.
Well, unfortunately, it shows the need for it to be there, but hopefully in the future we can use this to proactively combat any anti-Semitism through education.
Education, that's the key. That's the key. So you mentioned about you've received a lot of support. Where has that support come from? Was it the Jewish community, outside the Jewish community?
All throughout. So I mean, initially we received incredible support within an hour of working out what had gone on. I was on the phone to the president of the Union of Jewish Students, amongst many other people.
Right.
UJS have been incredible in putting us in contact, for example, with CST, who were on the phone to me within the hour on a personal note, but then also working with us more widely, and then also drawing together specialists and professionals in their fields to really help us deal with this. Because at the end of the day, I'm in my first year at university. My friends who are helping us.
You're in your first year, but you're already JSCO president, but it doesn't surprise me, Edward.
You're too kind, but my friends who are also dealing with this as well, we're all in our first year, yet we can't deal with this by ourselves, and the support we're receiving has been incredible. And also I should say that it's come from well outside of the Jewish community as well. Only literally about 5 minutes ago, I saw the Muslim campaign against anti-Semitism has given us a retweet in support.
That's phenomenal.
But aside from that, I've just been on the phone with the president of the Islamic Society this evening, and they very much stand with us in recognising the danger of the falsehoods David Miller is spreading, and stand with us in really campaigning and asking for universities to take action such that.
I think that says so much that the Muslim Society are in solidarity with you, because part of David Miller's comments was that how Jewish students threaten the safety of Islamic peoples. Wasn't that part of his thing?
Yes, which was we couldn't believe what he said, to be honest with you, and just the fanaticism that is involved in that, making that statement. But again, the Islamic Society recognised that, and thankfully, they very much support our efforts to combat this.
Amazing! That's absolutely amazing. So where do you see yourself going from here, and sort of drawing a line under this? Because it's horrible to have to go through this.
For sure. I'm sure as you're aware, as I said at the beginning, this has now been going on for a couple of years in reference to the first complaint. But I think everyone recognises that Jewish students are exasperated, as is the Jewish community, in that this man is still being allowed to teach at the university. And in terms of drawing a line under this, we hope that the university kind of deals with this situation a lot more promptly than the original complaint. And this situation will come to an end when David Miller is no longer able to use his position on campus to spread his hatred. Ultimately, there's no place on campus for hatred. And once we've achieved our goal in ending that, then that will be mission accomplished and success.
Okay, so good luck with that. And do you feel in the meantime that it's affected the well-being and the feelings of safety of Jewish students on campus at Bristol?
In terms of well-being, I mean, 100% insofar as the intimidation that's been received from Miller himself. It's by no means brilliant at all, but the support that students are receiving has been incredible. But then again, I think it's important to recognise that thankfully individuals like Miller, despite how dangerous they are very much minorities, and the support we're receiving has really shown that. Again, it's been so far, initially it's taken up a lot of people's time as well in terms of dealing with this. But again, the support we're receiving and all the rest of it has really been of the greatest help, and we can't thank people enough. And people very much realise that he's an outlier, but nonetheless, he's dangerous enough that we need to really deal with this promptly.
Amazing. Well, Edward, I can't think of any better person to be in the post of JSCO president at this time. So, kol hakavod to you. We are all with you in this. And we're missing you here. We look forward to when you're back at Norris Lee. We'll see you at Pesach, I presume. And you're back home for Yontif, and you'll be made very welcome in Shul. You might even get an Aliyah for all your effort. There you go. Hope the wardens are listening.
Thank you so much for having me. Thank you.
And good luck. And you're very well spoken, a good representative. So kol hakavod to you, and good luck.
Thank you. Speak to you later. Bye.
Well, thank you for that, Rabbi Gutentag. What aspiring young man he is. Really, taking all that.
He's a good lad.
Unbelievable. Yasher koach to him, and the incredible support that he mentioned that he's getting from the rabbinic team, as well as from the CST and everybody out there. So you're not alone.
We had support from everyone, from the Islamic Society, and I find that very heartwarming.
Yes, that was very special.
So when I was chaplain on campus at Manchester, there were similar incidents, not as bad and as high profile as this, but again, there was a lot of support, and it's very heartwarming to see. They are doing a live event on, if you check out Bristol JSOC's Facebook page, there'll be a virtual gathering Wednesday evening this week.
There you go. So continue nachas to Catherine and Mark Isaacs.
Amen. Amen.
From strength to strength. So, we had an amazing year. There were a lot of, it was a very sad year. We, people went through a lot of losses, and we had mazel tovs, right?
Yeah.
And we met a young couple last time, and this week we have
Taryn and Louis. Right. So welcome to Norris Lee TV.
Thank you. Thank you so much for having us.
Yeah, we've got Louis Ledman and Taryn Melnick. Welcome. A lovely engaged couple in our community. Again, another local shidduch. Not far from each other. And I know you're in the same bubble as each other, and it's wonderful to see here. And I give you a big welcome to Norris Lee TV.
Thank
you. So how did you guys meet? Let's start with that.
So we were in school together, both at Emmanuel College.
Right.
I don't know if you remember, but it was a year that Lincoln won the Premier League.
Oh, that's major, of course. Yeah.
Leicester,
not Lincoln.
We'll edit out the Lincoln bit, yeah?
Yeah.
We'll edit out.
I'm not editing that out. You're a typical Southerner. Anything north of the M25.
It's all the same, isn't it? Yeah. It's all the same. Once you get past Watford, everything just turns into the same. So it was a year that
not Watford Gap. Yeah.
Yeah, obviously.
So keep going on the M1. Leicester.
Yeah. Right. So it was a year that Leicester won the Premier League, and it was
about 4 years ago.
Yeah, 5 years ago.
5 years ago, okay.
And it was the 5,000 to 1 odds. So that year there weren't 5,000 to odds on one thing; it was 2 things. The other thing was this.
Oh,
was a 5,000 to 1 odds.
Oh, that's gorgeous. But you know what? Here you are together, that is lovely.
Yeah, we were the only two in our year applying to do medicine. And kind of through that we were in all our lessons together and everything. And by the end of school, we got.
Oh, that's amazing. Which university was this at? Because I know you're both medical students.
Yeah, so Taryn's at Imperial and I'm at Bots in London.
I must say you look very happy together, very comfortable.
Yeah, we've had 5 years practice of looking happy together. So hopefully many more years.
Now, if you don't mind me asking, and I know it's a contentious subject, what are your plans for your wedding?
So obviously, this has been something we've discussed a lot at the moment, and we're kind of trying to figure it out. But it's all really COVID dependent because both of us have grandparents that live abroad. So all of my grandparents are in South Africa and Louise are in Israel. So it's obviously really important for us to have them at the wedding.
Oh,
So we're currently hoping on travel opening up before we really make a concrete plan. We were hoping for September, but not feeling that optimistic at the moment about that. So if not next year sometime.
Yeah, the most important thing is just to have everyone that we really want and need to be there. And so we'll try and make that happen as much as we can.
That's amazing. Look, I wish you good luck with that. And I know it's not as yet, and I can't even imagine what it's like, when I got engaged, I just want to get married as soon as I can, But that was a complete different era, complete different situation. But what you're going through now, you don't even, you're sitting here as an engaged couple, not knowing when you're going to get married. It must be very, very challenging.
Yeah, it's a huge amount of uncertainty.
We keep wanting to get going with the planning and everything, but we keep kind of having to hold back and watch what the situation is doing. So.
You know what? At least you've got what to talk about with each other.
Yeah.
I'm not worried for you. I'm not worried for you guys.
Exactly.
You look very comfortable in each other's skin. Kanana Hora. It's wonderful to see. And I know both of you are both engaged with our shul here at Hampton Garden Suburb and with the Suburb Link Minyanim over the High Holy Days and whenever the other events that we do, which of course have been curtailed over throughout the lockdown. And it's wonderful to see you. So where do you plan on living? Let's say you get married whenever you fixed a date. What are your plans post-marriage? Because I know many couples spend so long preparing for the wedding day.
Yeah.
But of course, as a chassan teacher myself, you've got to plan for, once the wedding day is over, you're stuck with each other for the rest of your life.
Trying to plug yourself in there as a chassan teacher. Trying to get a good word in.
I don't charge.
Good to know.
Good to know.
Another thing.
I'll give you the mates rates. You know what I mean?
Yeah. All right. We definitely we want to stay in that area. Again, both our families are from this area.
Yeah.
And like you said, the community is very close to our heart. We're both of us very involved with the community and with the youth. I've been going to the youth since before my bar mitzvah. I lamed there. I davened there.
I heard you, and you were marvelous.
Yeah.
Yeah, I went to Kerem, so it's been.
Oh, you're a Kerem girl. Oh,
yeah.
Yeah. And I must say, during this time, we're in lockdown, but the shuls are allowed to be open, and we've got a basic minyan every day.
Yeah.
But, Taram, your brother and your father are there every minyan.
Yeah.
And we need them.
Yeah.
About 12.
It's literally their highlight of the day at the moment, coming to shul and
they get to go out.
A bit of routine as well is important.
Yeah. So you were saying you plan on staying local?
Yeah, hopefully so.
We both still have a year left of medical school, so we're still going to be studying. So I guess, definitely the plan is to try and stay local and close to our families. It's important to kind of see them on Shabbat and everything. So we need to be close.
Oh, that is very heartwarming to hear. So, we've still got you. Still going to be part of our shul. You'll still be with your families. And that is really, really lovely. Look, I wish you both a huge, massive mazel tov, not just on behalf of NLTV, but on behalf of the entire community, the wider community. I wish you a big mazel tov. And good luck as you get planning with your wedding. And hope, may the sun always shine for you, as my grandmother, Oliver Shalom, used to say. And may God bless you with everything that you wish upon yourselves.
Thank you.
And it's lovely to see what a wonderful couple. Thank you for joining. And
Mazel
tov! Mazel tov!
Thank you. Thank you for having us.
Well, I enjoyed that, but honestly, Leicester and Lincoln, come on.
I know, it was amazing that Taryn was the one who was correcting Louis. I loved it.
Way to go.
That was
Yeah, great couple, and we do wish them a hearty mazel tov from all of us, and they'll get married one day.
No, absolutely. But it's hard, having family. I would totally understand that. I totally get where they're from, and it's not, Simcha's about having family together.
Yeah.
We were determined to have the bat mitzvah, full force ahead.
Very nice.
And we were able to go at the end to be with them. But it's not easy when you have family in distance, right? Like they said, and they want to wait. And it's so sweet. They want their grandparents with them. That's so touching. And it's
very nice.
Special. Yeah. Talking about family abroad, I'm from Brooklyn, New York, Crown Heights originally. And my neighbor was, and he actually went back to his old place. He lives now in his old place as a married man with kids. Mendy Pellin. I don't know if you heard of that Hasidic comedian.
No. What did he make of Hasidic?
He said he made it out once to Golders Green, or maybe even Stamford Hill. But he was like one of the very first Hasidic comedians out there. And as a young child, I saw already like he was doing all these like skits and plays and cracking jokes, and I'm like, this kid is gonna go somewhere. And he did. He went full force ahead.
Well, you know what? I love Hasidim and I love comedy, so it better be good.
Yeah. All right. So here's a little clip of what he's done. And then I talked to him afterwards to interview him, just have a little fun before Purim.
Dad, you sure about this?
I've done this before. Well, kinda.
You sure you know what you're doing?
Could we have this conversation later?
I don't know. I know
what I'm doing. I'm just following God's direction.
You don't know how to follow directions. Kids, I'm sure, are out of the question now.
This is for you, God.
Guess what? You got punked. You got punked.
Oh no!
Yep.
Oh, you know what? I just lost 10 years. Oh my! That was you got me. You got me. You got me. Were you in on this?
You think I'd come here without a struggle?
You got punked.
Oh.
Hey.
Wait a second. What happened?
Can I help you, sir?
Yes, is your husband home? No. We're late. What are we gonna do? She's standing over there. What are we gonna do? Come on now. We gotta tell her something. This is crazy.
Baby gag?
Baby gag. All right. Baby gag.
What's this all about?
Yes, we're here to tell you that you'll be having a son in exactly 1 year.
Yeah, right. And I'm cooking bacon tomorrow. Sorry, God.
You're crazy? You think I tell your mother? The last time I told your mother about we were going on a hike.
In the next episode of Got Punked, find out how Moses responded to get this, a burning bush.
Welcome, Mendy Mendy Pellin to Norrisley TV.
I finally made it. I finally made it.
Yes, you know what? When you make it onto Norrisley TV, you know you've made it. Welcome. This is a real honor to have you here, all the way from my hometown, Brooklyn, New York.
Yes, we did. And I just have to say, just this morning, I borrowed some milk from your mother next door.
What are neighbors for, right?
Yes.
You're a better neighbor than a daughter. You know, you never left my mom.
Well, I did. I did leave for many years, but I came back.
That's
I
right.
returned.
Because do you still go and do your Saturday nights with her and play the lottery?
No. That is something we really got to start again. We really got to start. Maybe your daughter could drive us there. About the lotto, but people don't know what you're talking about. What used to happen every Shabbos, I used to eat at Rabbanit Friedman's house and in the Ivries, and we spent the entire Shabbos, the entire meal, figuring out what we're gonna buy, what we're gonna do with our $100 million that we're gonna win. Like, we had it all figured out exactly how, what we're gonna build, where we're gonna live, and all that. And then tradition was that I would go with your mother to buy a lottery ticket. We were very excited. We went, we bought it no matter what. And then we stayed up for the 11 o'clock news, and then around 11:21, they'd pick the numbers and we would become losers again, poor people again. But for that Shabbos, we were millionaires because we knew that we were going to win. Every Shabbos, it's like as if we forgot the whole thing that happened last week.
It was awesome. That was a great connection you had with my mom. But what I remember about you, like when you were 8 years old, you already had it all down pat, and I'm like, this guy is going to go far. And here you are. You became one of the first stand-up Hasidic comedians, right, out there. I don't think anybody now. There are more out there, but you were like the very first one that came out.
I mean, when YouTube first came out, to give you context, when YouTube first came out, you type in Jewish, and there was just my videos were the only videos to pop up there.
Right.
It was.
You paved the way. You showed them how it was done.
Yes, exactly. It wasn't easy. I remember years ago, I went to perform at a wedding in London, not your side of town, and the head of the school over there. Once I got up there, I started doing some rapping, some comedy stuff, and he runs up, as if this is an emergency, and he's just like asked me to leave the stage, and I'm like, I'm in London, like I don't know anybody there really. I was like, I'm just gonna do my thing. So then he goes over to the guy on drums and he tells him to stop. So the guy on drums stops, the piano, he goes to each instrument, but I kept on going. And when he saw that he couldn't get me off stage, he started kicking the yeshiva students out of the wedding. So they shouldn't witness this.
Oh my God! You just weren't their cup of tea.
No. That was my introduction to England. How did the Hamantash become like the thing? Because his hat was triangle. So we make a cookie with some kind of raspberry inside. Why not pizza?
Right, the poppy seed. Don't forget the poppy seed.
And the poppy seed that you think is chocolate.
That's right. You always go for the wrong Reisman one. But so I think we should eat pizza. You're gonna start that campaign, Pizza for Hamantash. And
I think I'm just gonna go around and with a pie pizza and just start, for Shalach Manos, just give out pizza. Just give out slices.
Try to start a new trend.
Yeah.
Well, it's been great for having you all the way from New York. Send my mom my love, and I know actually you were telling me once that when you were texting your mom, she thought it was LOL was like lots of love, right?
Yes. She still
thinks
she still has trouble getting with the whole the internet.
Yeah, no, there's always There's always stuff we can teach our parents, right?
Yeah, and your father, if you ever visit the Ivrys, never, and you have more than one name, my tip to you, if I could leave this with you, is not to disclose your full name, because for the rest of the time you must, or else you get into big trouble, you must say the full name. Like my brother, when your father found out that his name wasn't Yaakov, it was Yaakov Shalom Matasyahu Chaim, we had to always, whenever we're in the house, we had to say, hey, Yaakov Shalom Matasyahu Chaim, could you pass the salt, please?
That's right.
We had to do the full name. He's very into
It's great to have you.
Yes,
You know,
yes.
thank you. You know, we hope that we can see you soon in London. You'll come back and we won't boo you off the stage.
Yes,
You know,
I hope to leave on better terms if I visit next time.
Yeah, absolutely. We wish you lots of atzlacha and stay safe this Purim.
Yes.
Be
We
safe
will try.
and
We'll
watch
try.
out for my mom and my
Yes.
dad.
We are
And my
looking out.
daughter and everybody else there.
Yes, we
Okay.
got them.
Send them
We
lots
got
of
them.
love. LOL. Send them lots of love.
Will do. All right.
All right. Take care.
Thanks.
So that was a laugh from New York. A little different, something different.
Yeah, thank you very much. Enjoyed that.
You know, maybe we should start bringing pizza in for Purim. That would be interesting.
Exactly, triangle. You know, why did I not think of that?
That's right. It's brilliant. Why we
I'll
only have
do it tomorrow night. I'll do it. Why not?
There you go. Easy dinner. Slice from Slice. Oh, you guys won it. You won Slice over the summer, right?
Yeah, yes. Oh no, but we mustn't promote one business. You know, other kosher pizza stores are available across London and the UK and the Commonwealth. There you go. But yes, I do like them.
Well, talking about products, you know, getting ready for Purim, we had, you know, getting ready for Shalchmanis. I know we have an amazing shtuk online.
Yes, make the most of it because you get discounts, HGSS exclusive for many of the kosher restaurants and takeaways across London. I'm really excited about that.
Right,
So,
and they're doing prepackaged stuff, and you can order your shalchmanis. And you know, one of our members is actually John Jackson, who started Gosh. You ever heard of the Gosh products?
Yeah, gosh, it's amazing. I was once at this random petrol station in the middle of nowhere up in Lancashire. I was absolutely starving because I had to go to Liverpool and then to Edgeborough, all over the place. And I stopped at this petrol station and they had these Gosh products with KLBD on it. Falafel balls, and they were delicious. And I bought one of these sauces, which you always get. And that was my dinner for the day. So they're very tasty and also available across the country, which is great. We need more of that sort of stuff, kosher products around. It's all vegan as well.
Yeah, absolutely. So Rabbi Friedman interviews John.
Forward to hearing it because I like his products.
John Jackson, welcome to Norris Lee TV. So wonderful to have you here.
Well, I'm very pleased to be here, Rabbi.
The reason I asked John to chat with us today is because this week is Purim, and I thought, wow, the Gosh products would be perfect gifts for Mishloach Manot. Talk to us a little, John, about the products that you produce and where people can purchase them.
Tesco's in Finchley, you would find a good selection of our range. Morrison's stores around North London also have a full selection of our range. Sainsbury's in Swiss Cottage in the kosher section there has a very large selection of what we produce. And although the origins of the company were very much in falafel and bite-sized balls of different flavors, different varieties, I think we make 18 or 19 different bite-sized products. We've since branched out into small cocktail sausages, ordinary size vegan sausages, and vegan burgers. Everything is kosher. We don't use any unnatural ingredients. All our ingredients are natural.
I think you've
line is natural by nature, and we don't use any chemicals in binding our products together. Everything's pre-cooked, so you can eat all our products cold, although they're better off warmed in the oven first. They should be part of everybody's healthy eating diet, frankly. We've grown from very humble beginnings in 2013 when we had sales just over 2.5 million. We're now 20 million plus, and on our way to 40 million, we hope, over the next couple of years.
Now, that's incredible. Tell me, how has Corona impacted your business?
As far as the retail side of our business is concerned, it's been fairly consistent, although there's not as many people shopping as there were pre-coronavirus. We did supply significant amounts of our product to people like Pret-a-Manger and Greencore, who are best known for supplying sandwiches to Marks and Spencer's and the major multiples. Those businesses have suffered very badly. The restaurants that we supplied obviously aren't buying from us at the moment. So this last year for us has been a year of stabilization and just keeping everything in balance. We have actually built a second factory alongside our first factory, though. We started the build in July and we finished it just before the end of 2020, and it's now in production. Awesome. So we have a lot more opportunities to continue building the business. I hope everybody has the chance to try our products if they haven't already done so.
Well, your products are delicious. The name is Gosh. It is kosher under the LBD and the SKA. And please, bon appetit, b'tei avon to all. Thank you for joining us today, John.
Thank you.
So thank you, John. So yeah, go out and get your Gosh products for Purim. It's a great little shelf money, so you can pack in your bag. So, although we are doing it virtually and carefully and with.
Just eat it.
All right, and now towards the end of our session, we always have the lockdown literature with Martin. Martin has not let us down.
Martin doesn't let people down.
No, he got Colin McCann for interview. It is really exciting. Tomorrow night we will hear with Debbie. Debbie is actually sent over that schmaltz herring to him, so he got him, and she did her promise. And we have so let's go over just a little sneak preview of what
taster
of what they spoke
of the interview.
Hi, Debbie.
Hi. It's a real privilege to meet you.
To meet you.
Your book changed my life.
Oh, really? That's extraordinary.
Amazing
Thank you.
Book. Amazing book.
It's so beautiful. Thank you so much. I mean, that's very, very kind of you to say. I'm just honored and thankful that there's people like you out in the world who can read it and then pass it along to other people. So that makes my week, my month, my year. So I really appreciate it.
Well, I must tell you, Colin, there's a queue outside my door for my copy.
We'll get you some more copies. Well, thank you so much, and it's such an honor to talk to you, and it's such an honor to be nominated for the Wingate Prize as an Irish author, living in the States, who spent a lot of time now in the Middle East. I stumbled upon this story when I traveled, and I was in Jerusalem, in a little town called Beit Jala, and I met two men, Rami Elhanan and Bassam Aramin, one Israeli, one Palestinian, who sat down and told me the stories of their daughters and how they'd lost their daughters to the conflict, but how in a sort of Scheherazade moment, they bring back the memory of their daughters by telling the story, and also they foster an idea of peace through the act and the art of storytelling. They're remarkable men, and they've become the best of friends. And history says they shouldn't be friends, but they are.
To watch the rest of that interview tomorrow night on Tuesday, 8 o'clock on Facebook Live. And we have a giveaway. Again, Martin, man to his word, he will give away one of the new paperbacks that are coming out this week. He has one for you if you answer this question. So listen to the interview. The question is, which biblical book does Colin McCann refer to in the interview? Got that? Which biblical book does Colin McCann refer to in the interview? Watch it tomorrow night. and email me, rabbanit@hess.org.uk. If we get a few answers that are correct, we will put it in a lottery. It's Purim after all, but we'll get the good lottery. And you will be the winner. We will announce it, and we will send it to you. So, very exciting stuff. So which biblical book does Colin McCann refer to? Wonderful. Well, this has been a very exciting episode. Thank you for joining us. We have Purim events coming up. So exciting.
Yeah, love Purim.
Starts tonight, right? Continues tonight, right? We had yesterday.
Started already yesterday, yeah, with the kids.
Right, that's right. We got our Hamantashen up and running and the Grager making. And tonight we have the French class with Rabbi Le Grand Rabbin. We have from France, and we'll be making cigars. So join us on Zoom. And we continue.
Yeah, and then on Thursday, just as Purim commences at 5 p.m, we've got the special children one for all children in our community. You must sign up though, so please get in touch with Gail at hjss.org.uk for the link details. For security reasons, we can't announce it here just like that. But really, just come. You know, there's not that much happening in shul, sadly, for the kids. But, you know, when they get together on Zoom, I know it's Zoom, but it's Purim, put the fancy dress on, dress up. There will be prizes. So go for it. It's Purim, you know? And then after that, we've got all the Megillah readings, all different times. Again, check your emails and the shul website for all the details of the timings.
We have we have actually this year, we have 2 women Megillah readings. They're doing one in shul as well, outside in the marquee. So you have to book that as well.
Yeah, that one will be in person. And the other one is together with all other shuls.
Right. That's right, we're hosting it. So there's 2 bat mitzvah girls as well that'll be reading it. So that'll be interesting. So, and then following that, we have 8 o'clock, we have our big event. That's going to be really exciting. A live entertainment with the Neshama Band and the play that they always put on. They don't disappoint us.
Our members, we're a very talented community.
That's right, that's right.
And it's the Beatles theme.
And they're going to have a fancy dress competition as well. So keep on your costumes for those of you who are already dressed up by 5 o'clock. Continue on. You could be the winner.
Yay.
A little more excitement.
Yeah, do it again.
Woo! Yay! Okay. And there is a prize, a special prize. So that should be lots of fun. And then Purim Day, we have again the Megillah reading in the morning. And then, of course, we have the Purim feast. Everybody has to do their own little mishteh. But we will hear from the Freilichs with Avrami in the Rain, which is going to be, I'm sure, very exciting. Another great production, and everybody's waiting for it. So,
and this will be the last, I think it's the last in his series of the pre-Shabbat broadcasts, as far as I know.
Yes, yes.
So tune in.
Yeah, it's the last of the lockdown, but we will see you next week. We will continue on with Norsley TV. We have a lot of great interviews coming up. We will continue, but this was a great Purim edition. We hope you enjoyed. We know again that you've all been great supporters, great viewers, great events, and you're all winners. We're all winners, and we really wish you a great and happy Purim. Keep up the spirits. Chag Sameach.
Enjoy!
You bellish? Yeah. Parody time. Woo! Here we go. Yeah, let's go. You bellish with me. I'm that type with a pressure. Sway side to side. First class style with my swag, yo. Yeah, it's Jewish pride. Cause I know what them curls need. Monroe to Muncie. Got fish stick stains on my passport. It's Bobby's recipe. Been around the world, they don't speak my language. But your Bobby don't need explaining. All I need you to understand is, will you talk Yiddish to me? Talk Yiddish to me. Talk Yiddish to me. Talk Yiddish to me. Was? Talk Yiddish to me. 1, was machst du jetzt? 2, was nimmt sich mit? 3, komm mal rein and talk Yiddish to me. Yeah, talk talk Jiddisch to me. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Komm mal ran in mein Haus, mir geht auf spazieren. Wasch an Scham, die geht zu brechen mein Tier. Ich hab geht zu tun von der Öl zu essen. Du bringst da Bubbe, sie geht es ausfressen. Von Bubbe redt jüdische mein Tate. Der erste Wort, ich hab gelernt, ist gute Woche. Ich hab nicht staan, mein Minivan. Sie kommt fully loaded mit der Backup-Cam.
Wow. Du bist ein Jotz. Und deine Bruder ist ein Klotz. Du bist ein Pferd. Und deine Mutter hat ein Bärd. Talk Yiddish to me. Talk Yiddish to me. Talk Yiddish to me. Talk Yiddish to me.
Was? Ich verstehe nicht.